Hey everyone, so this is just a really quick little video I'm affectionately calling a prep talk to just check in with everyone and see how you're doing and how you're processing this virus. This virus that can't be named, because if YouTube hears me say it, then they're gonna blacklist this video apparently. So, I'd really like to hear from everybody. I've been out of the loop on YouTube for a couple weeks. I had this like head cold that would not go away, and no, I don't think it's the sickness. I never had any body aches, never had a fever. It was all just like some major congestion in my head, and it could have been allergies for all I know. I feel a lot better. But in those weeks that I was gone, things have blown up, you guys. We are in the middle of a pandemic, and we saw my husband and I saw this coming a few weeks ago, so we started preparing then. We had been kind of light on stuff because we're hoping to move soon. But we decided to go ahead and get a lot of canned vegetables, canned meat, and rice. Got some extra dog food. We got some extra like flour and sugar, that kind of thing. But if you've been following me on social media, the last week I decided to go ahead and venture out and check out some of the stores in my area to see, what was getting bought up, what were people doing, how were they reacting, how were they treating one another. And so I'm going to have all those photos over at twofingersbourbon.com, so you can check out the things that I was looking at. I'm sure it's very similar to the things you've seen if you've been out. So, I just want to just kind of use this video as like a space for people to chime in and talk about what's happening. And I hope that everyone's doing okay. I hope you're all being safe. I know that there is a whole lot of, disinformation, misinformation. It's really, we could get into the whole layers of conspiracy theory on the fact that we are currently living in a world where if you are awake, then you understand that you really can't trust anything that comes out of the media, and you can trust very little that comes out of government. So it creates this really difficult position to be in, where right now getting accurate information is incredibly important, but it's very difficult to trust that the information we're getting right now is accurate. So a couple of the things I've seen is that a few people aren't sure if this is even real, and I have to say, as someone who has, I guess I kind of go with like the Tim Pool, like middle of the road fence sitter position, where I can totally see both sides of this. So it bothers me to see people making fun of others for suggesting that this may not be real, because I think that you have every reason to disbelieve what's happening right now. On the other hand, if this is real, it could get really bad. And so I also see the position of people who are, running out to the stores and who are angry with people who are refusing to distance themselves from others. It's such a it's such a tough spot, because you don't want to tell people to not have freedom of movement. You don't want to tell them that they can't go wherever they want. But at the same time, it seems like exercising caution would be prudent, whether this is, a real thing or not. If it's not, then we all spent a couple of weeks at home binge watching TV, or reading a book would be preferable, developing a new skill. Maybe you get back into painting, maybe you pick up an instrument, Maybe you know, start reading that giant novel that you've been putting off for ages. Maybe you start writing that novel that you've been putting off for ages. You know, thinking of this as an opportunity to have some time to yourself and some time to reflect on the kind of person you'd like to be, and maybe educate yourself more, maybe get closer to God, maybe get closer to your family. You know, so there are opportunities to be had in this situation, whether it's real or not. And to be honest, part of me kind of hopes it's not real, because that means that these people aren't really at risk, you know? Um, but I have to be cautious and try to do whatever I can if this illness is, in fact, spreading across the country. Then we should be doing whatever we can to stop it, or at least to mitigate, you know, the spread. For me, the hardest thing has been not being able to see my mom. She's a diabetic, and so whenever I'm sick, I can't really be near her. And so I was feeling that cold for a couple weeks, so I haven't seen her in a little while. And now with this, I especially don't want to be around her in case, you know, I don't know, who knows? We could all be asymptomatic. We could all be carrying it and not know. And it's just so, like, it's so hard to determine what is real out there anymore. And not just with this situation, but this situation makes it all the more clear how difficult it is in, you know, current age to get accurate information out of the media or out of governments. So I'd really like to appeal to everyone, you know, governments aside, media aside, you know, what are you doing to prepare for this? Are you preparing at all? Are you already prepared, and so none of this is, you know, a panic for you? What are some tips that you can give us, especially if you're a medical professional? What are some suggestions that you have for people? If you have a condition and you're worried, what are some questions that you have? I'm not a medical professional, but I will do whatever I can to try to look for the answers for you and give you whatever I can find. And I'm hoping there's a really nice, like, wide array of people that watch this channel. So we have such a you know, really nice community that we've built here. So everyone here is really supportive, and you know, I'd love to hear from as many people as possible on what you're doing and how you feel, and if there are words of encouragement that you can give us, if there are words of caution or warning that you can give us. So yeah, you know, be responsible. You know, I've seen some really disturbing videos of things that people are doing as part of this, like, I don't know, this sense of defiance against this. And you know, there was the basketball player that touched all those mics and then ended up coming up positive. I saw a video, I believe it was from Florida, where spring breakers were just out on the beach, like hundreds of people, and they were screaming out, like, F Corona. Oh, there's my dog. Keeping him really well fed. We definitely made sure to think of our pets, and please think of your pets. If crap were to hit the fan and things were to get really bad, a big guy like that is going to be really handy. So we definitely got him some extra food to store away just in case, so we can keep him, you know, happy, healthy, fed, and protecting our house, which is really important. But just let me know what's going on. You know, I hope you're not out there licking toilet seats like I've seen some people doing. You know, at the same time, I hope you're not fist fighting over toilet paper. You know, I've been going out. I went out last week to a few different stores, and really just to grab like regular groceries, but because we've been, you know, stashing canned goods away for a while. But it was really, I was pleasantly surprised to see just how like kind and patient everybody was being with each other. And I hope that it stays that way. I hope that my community will be able to weather through this. We'll see. And I hope that all of you are doing okay. And I hope you're not too panicked. I hope you're not stressing out too much. You know, take your vitamins. Start exercising if you don't exercise. You know, start thinking of little things you can do to boost your immunity. Get enough sleep. Avoid stress, which can be hard right now. But, you know, just be careful out there, be safe, and be excellent to each other. And take care. I'm going to have another video out this week. I've been dragging my feet on it because it's a little personal, but tomorrow's my 1-year anniversary, so I think that'll be a good day to do that. So, all right, everyone, I will see you again soon, and I really look forward to hearing what you all have to say in the comments below.